What is going on, guys? We are back, and I just wanted to bring you a quick video to show you guys how we are going to make thousands and thousands of dollars every month running the wheel strategy on Bitcoin. Yes, you heard me, Bitcoin. Now, how are we doing this? Well, as we guys know, the spot ETFs launched months ago. Only very recently, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, the options actually launched on a few of the spot ETFs. The BlackRock spot ETF being one of them, IBIT. We can use the options on this to generate us weekly and monthly income because there's actually weekly options available on this as well. So here's the broker right now, and if I just bring up the options table here, you can see we got weeklies and monthlies, which is absolutely perfect for us. So I currently on this account, if I just go into here and show you what the score is on this particular account, here's all my open positions. If I go to IBIT, if I can find it, IBIT, I currently have 800 shares of IBIT, and I've got a cash secured put open as well. Got some covered calls open for monthly expiration, and got 2 open for the weekly expiration. I actually only opened these a couple of days ago. So if we have a look at these ones here right now, we'll see what they are. I can show you. So what I was actually able to do is with 200 of my shares, I am saying I will sell my IBIT shares at 56.5 a share, and I got paid, well, right now you could get paid $115 each, so that will be $230 each for a week, or sorry, $230 for the 2 contracts for 1 week, for 5 days, if you were to sell this here right now. And all that means is you would have to drop your shares off, you would have to get rid of them if it closes above 56.5 a share. Now, what does that translate to where you'd be selling Bitcoin? This is what I love about the spot ETFs, and we're gonna look at that right now. So 56.5 is where I'd be selling those shares next week. So 56.5, as you can see, is right there at the top of this wick. So I would be selling these shares at from where the price is right now, at a 2.38% increase. So if we go back to Bitcoin, and let's look at that, a 2.38% increase. It's about, well, to be fair, because it's a weekend right now, these candles are going to be kind of skewed on IBIT. So I would say it's probably going to be, we'll round it to about here. I'd be selling Bitcoin at about $99,000. Now, if these shares are called away from me next week, my plan is to then go out the week after. So we'll pretend this is the week after, and I'm going to sell the most aggressive, pretty aggressive, probably 0.4, 0.3 delta to get back in. So as you can see right now, a 0.3 delta is paying you $82 a contract. So if I'm taking those, if they're taken away from me, then there you go. I'd be getting paid $164 with the 2 contracts to try and get back in at a cheaper price than I got out at. Now, I could go more aggressive, and if I go the 0.4 delta, I could get paid again $244 for the week for trying to get back in. Depending on the market conditions, depending on how hard we rally, that is what I'm going to make adjustments on that. And guys, obviously, you can come into the Discord and get all my buy and sell signals, and you can find out when I'm exiting these, or when I'm entering and exiting. As you can see, if I go over to our tracker right now, this is our IBIT wheel tracker, and we've only started it recently. We are right now at $21,000 in profit on this trade. $21,000, and believe it or not, on this account, even though we're 33 grand up at the minute, if I come into the extrinsic and look at the extrinsic value on IBIT, we still have another $1,543 of extrinsic value to burn. So over the next 19 days, $1,543 be going into my pocket onto this P&L. And that's not including capital appreciation. If we have a look at my monthly expirations, here's my monthly expirations. I've got 1 in the money right now, selling at $54. So I have to drop those shares at 54, which I am totally okay with. Bear in mind, guys, remember my break even per share right now is 28.84. And I am getting rid of these at 54 a share. So once I get rid of these, I'm going to come straight back into monthlies again, and I'm going to sell aggressive to get back in. So I'll be selling at 54. So I'm going to sell 54 to get back in, and it's going to pay me $310 for the month. And how much did that pay me to try and get out when I sold the 54 call? Well, let's have a look. When I sold this 54 call, it paid me $340. So that's $340 per month on one of these contracts, guys. That is ludicrous. That is absolutely insane. This is why I love wheel strategy on Bitcoin. Now, why Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is an extremely bullish asset class for the next year. Now, I know how the market trades. I started trading crypto. I am more familiar with how the crypto market trades. I find I wouldn't say predict, because that's not what we're supposed to do, but I can read the charts a lot better and understand what they're trying to tell me a lot more while looking at a Bitcoin chart compared to looking at charts on stocks. So we can actually, now that we have got options on this, we can actually start doing some complex option strategies on Bitcoin, such as the 112 strategy. We can start doing things like, let's go 110 days out, and we could start selling. Let's say we don't think Bitcoin is going to drop below $85,000, which on IBIT would be, let me go on to, let's have the daily, here's the daily. On IBIT, that will be about, I just got to double check the percent drop down, so this is how I will double check. So if we go into Bitcoin, drop down to $85,000, that is a 12% drop. So if we go into IBIT and we do a 12% drop, right here, there's that same low. So 48 a share. Well, let's say that we think Bitcoin isn't going to drop below 48 a share. We can start doing some things like this. We could sell 3, or we could sell 2 of the 48s. We could buy a put debit spread here. So now our max profit is 875 if Bitcoin is above 85k, but below, or is that 53? So whatever that would work out as, let's see, 53 on this is 4%. So if Bitcoin's below 92 and above 85, we'd make $765 or $675 in 110 days. Now again, you could do some further out stuff. You could sell the 40s. You could sell 3 of the 40s. You could do a 113, and then you could do, put debit spread somewhere like this. Sorry, I'm just dropping the number of these. There you go. So with 5,400 buying power, making 380. This will be better for assignment if you're trying to get in the long term. But again, for me, the risk to reward isn't here when it comes to going this far out. I'd prefer to go fairly aggressive and come in something like this here, where you're getting a couple $1,000. But again, I'm okay with assignment on it, so that's fine. Now, what else you can do, guys? I was actually looking at this, and I'm really debating on entering a trade like this as soon as possible, preferably whenever a couple of my shares get called away. If we come in right now and we go 166 days out, I personally believe in 166 days out, Bitcoin will be higher than it is today. I think it will be at a higher price. Okay, but what we can do is we can come in and sell at the money put on IBIT. And you get $900, guys. $900. Let me just work out a quick percent for you guys on just find out what that is. So you're getting paid $900 divided by, what is your max loss? 4,600. 4,600 in capital times 100. There you go. Call it 19.5%. Round it to 20% return in 166 days. That is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So what would your break even per share be? If you're selling this, your break even per share, 55 minus 9. 55 minus 9. 46. Your break even is 46 a share. So if we come back to IBIT, 46 a share. What percent drop is that? From here where we are now, 46 a share. 16.6. Go back to Bitcoin. Let's do a 16.6% pullback. Your break even is $80,000 on Bitcoin. If you're assigned that, it's the same as you buying Bitcoin at $80,000. Now, what I was thinking of doing was probably doing 5 contracts of this. If I could do 5 contracts of this, that's going to pay me $4,500. I could even go in the money, to be honest, guys. I think Bitcoin will be above 100k. So if I sell the 58, that's going to pay me $5,337 for 166 days on 16.7k buying power. And my max loss is only $23,000 if Bitcoin was to go to zero. So I'm going to own $23,000 worth of Bitcoin, but it's going to pay me over $5,000 to do it. Guys, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. You know, we can also start doing credit spreads on Bitcoin now with these, which I really like, but I'm going to wait for pullbacks. I want to wait to see pullbacks to support using our custom indicator. I want to see pullbacks to support, and when we see the pullbacks to support like this, we can start entering credit spreads. So if we come onto the Bitcoin chart, let's turn on my indicator. By the way, guys, if you want access to this custom indicator, you can sign up through our Discord. And let's go to the 1 hour chart. I like to use it on the 1 hour chart. So as you can see, we've got the big resistance levels here, our big supply zones here, and every time price chips into it, so on these rejections, we created these zones. Price chopping around is finding it is weak inside this red zone, breaks down, comes back. You can see the retest right here, retest right into it, rejection, straight back up into the strong part of the zone that was created on this rejection, straight down rejection. Then you can see all of these zones were created on the way up. And then this one was created on this gap up. You can see it came back down, tapped it with the wick, bounce, tapped it, bounce, tapped it, bounce. Then started creating these zones right back up to the strongest point of this, which was where this rejected to. Instant rejection with 2 wicks, right the way back down. And as you can see, it's just creating these little weaker zones now, and we're finding the chop back down into the green, bounce up, back down into the green, bounce up into the red, and again now we're finding some resistance. Are we going to clear this? I hope so. I think it's only a matter of time before all of these get cleared, but what I'm trying to tell you is as price falls back down into these green boxes, it's going to be a fantastic opportunity for us to sell puts. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys gained something from this, and hope you guys can understand how we are able to make thousands and thousands of dollars each month selling cash secured puts and covered calls on IBIT. You can actually do it on BTC as well, which is the Grayscale Mini. They only have monthlies, but they are a cheaper share price, so for a little bit smaller accounts, this will be the one for you guys. But IBIT has more liquid options, and they do have the weeklies, so it works best for me. As always guys, if you have any questions, feel free to drop a message or a comment down below. Join the Discord. Wonderful community we have right here. We have loads of different analysts posting different trades every single day. You can see Jen, and she posts her magnificent 1 day to expiration credit spreads on SPX, sometimes 2 days over if the market's closed the next day, or 3 day if it's the weekend. Here is her previous week. You can see she had a profit of $1,227. Every single trade is called out in here. You can see all of my different trade sections. Here's my wheel strategy section where I will post everything. And you can see our trade history. We post all of our trades. Here is my previous week. 11 wins, 0 losses, 0 rolls. Remember guys, join. You have a 3-day free trial as well for this Discord. And there is a free section for you guys if you want as well. Thanks for watching. Peace.